Welcome to a special supplemental episode of The Apocalypse. I just want to say something quickly because I can't believe how far they're taking this charade. And what I'm talking about is Palantir, the cocaine incident with Dr. Karp. You know, he's got the special mind that's different than us. That's why he can't sit in a fucking chair. So it began with this. Again, the other day I presented it to you and I wasn't going to talk about it, but then I thought about it. All these motherfuckers are out of control. It should be discussed. And I can tell by the effort being put into cleaning it up that they understand how bad it looks for all of them. Because how many times have we seen Leon in ecstasy bliss? Like, oh yeah, that's ecstasy, baby. I know. I took it when I was a young man, so... And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Ecstasy, a very dangerous drug. It's such a wonderful feeling. I could see a person wanting to be on it all the time. Very powerful. Very addictive. It's one of the most wonderful feelings besides, I guess, maybe heroin or something. I've never done heroin. I stayed away from the real hard shit because I knew it would ruin my fucking life if I dipped my toe in that water. So it began with Mr. Karp, who's taken tons of welfare from you people, which is the only reason why he's sitting here all gacked up on coke. Your money. That's what gave him the prestige and the riches. So the other day, he's doing an interview and he's tweaking his fucking face off and cannot even sit in the chair. I've never seen anything like it. That's the original video. Sorry about the reflection. And again, it was just like, he's like getting out of the chair. And he's talking and the whole entire universe is like, how much fucking coke did this guy do? So that's what took place. What he was saying doesn't even really fucking matter, does it? Because the fact that he was coked the fuck up took over the story, didn't it, class? Yes, it did. And the comment, hundreds of millions of dollars in government contracts buys a lot of cocaine, right? All them drugs Leon's buying, all the drugs this guy's buying, fail, all of them, that's your money that buys it. Your welfare. Again, Palantir at one time, their only fucking it was the CIA. That tells me all I need to know. That's a straight welfare business. Always been from second one. Made no real profits. Did nothing in the world. Just said, can I get a handout, please? Because, you know, I'm in a special category of society. Have all kind of CIA ties and shady shit I've been involved with. So can I have billions? I deserve it, right? Because I was born rich. Or I want to be rich really bad. So it's okay when I got my goddamn handout for billions of dollars in welfare from the taxpayer I'm subjugating by the minute. Fuck every one of you people. Lake is your destiny. Do as much coke as you can now. Enjoy it. Enjoy the welfare while you can now. The lake is the only place you're going. That's in the spiritual realm. And the spirits are flying all over this. Every second of every fucking day. And it's obvious. But let's get back on Mr. Karp. One more time, hundreds of millions of dollars in welfare buys a lot of cocaine. How many fucking scumbags have I heard in right-wing podcast land or oligarch podcast land talking about people on welfare buy soda? I'm more worried about the people on welfare that buy Coke, that run companies that are all funded by welfare. Those people are much more dangerous than the abject poor people who get $1.50 a month to buy food. And you know why they buy soda? Disingenuous cunt destined for the lake, every one of you who's ever made that argument. Because soda is the cheapest beverage, cunts, but you know this. As you hold up the paradigm like Atlas of all the money goes to the rich, fuck the poor, talk shit on them, to avoid the fact that the public realizes, why are we giving trillions in welfare to rich people every day? In other words, the enemy, son, but most of you know this. If you're a right winger, you're just making disingenuous arguments because you're of Satan. That's all. Everyone knows these people on welfare don't get shit. They don't even get enough to survive. Everyone also knows soda is the cheapest beverage. That's why they fucking buy it. But you cunts knew that. When God asks you at the lake, why were you complaining all the time about people on welfare getting soda? Why were you part of the army of the oligarchy when they laugh at you? When they take your money, when they put their fucking hand out every fucking second of every day. Mr. Karp is one of them. That's why he can relax, not have a care in the world, and be coked up out of his fucking mind by 10 a.m. when he does a fucking interview. Wouldn't it be nice if we could all do that, right? Just put our hand out, get 150 billion of taxpayer money, welfare, and do coke all day. Wouldn't it be great? That's what these cunts are doing. Oh, and I forgot about this. This was next on the thing I presented to you the other day. It's Greasy Pete, and you can see the grease through the reflection through 2 screens, 8 cameras. Another welfare queen. Straight up CIA funded his business. Welfare. Not a businessman, not a genius, just a grease face who's a Nazi. Who's been involved with the CIA for years. That's all. Donald Trump is a drug addict. Elon Musk is a drug addict. Peter Thiel's a drug addict. Kash Patel's a drug addict. Stephen Miller's a drug addict. RFK's a smackhead. Don Jr.'s a cokehead. Alex Karp is a cokehead. Actually, they all say drug addict, but yeah. These are the people getting truckloads of welfare, your money, for nothing. They have no talent. Nothing. They're wastes of oxygen. Somehow they got in the right circles and convinced the right people to hand over billions in welfare to them. To the point, you know, Greasy Pete can be gacked up on whatever he's on because he can't even get a sentence out without fucking it up. He's one of the worst speakers I've ever heard. Maybe he has some type of speech impediment or something. I don't know. Again, all with their hands out. Can I have more? Giving these cunts billions. And these are the same people that finance and propagate all this type of messaging that poor people are stealing from you. The poor mother with 3 kids on welfare, she's the problem, not the grease face who gets 30 billion in one contract and then 6 months later gets another one. He's not the one stealing from you. He's not the leech on society, right? Right, Rubes? Why? Because you want to be him? Yeah. And you're Satan. And you people shoveled up the talking points as some of you were on welfare the very moment you were talking shit. You don't think I know that about you? You don't think I know that's how far the brainwashing goes? And the talking point repetition, just like the death parrot. You are the death parrot. Parroting the talking points of your own demise. to this day. You'll be parroting them again as your toes dangle at the abyss that Donnie leads you to. And we'll hear you spouting them, because that's all you know, what was given to you. As you go over the edge. Because you make the arguments for these people that rob you blind. And take more welfare, just one of them, pick one, than all the single mothers combined throughout, since the program began here. But enough about Greasy Pete. Let's get to the point of this. Because I gotta work too. I shouldn't even be fucking doing this right now, but I just felt the need to discuss it. And I try and do when I feel like talking about it. That way it's not half-ass. I could find the other damn pictures. Hold on. Okay, then we saw Palantir trying to clean up Dr. Karp's episode of cocaine abuse in front of the whole fucking world. This is Palantir, again, the thing I read you, I believe, last night or the night before. And again, I'm sorry for the fucking reflections. While cross-country skiing this morning, because Dr. Karp looks like a fucking just model of health, Dr. Karp decided to launch a new program, the Neurodivergent Fellowship. And again, by neurodivergent, are we diverging from sanity? Are we diverging from sobriety? Is that what you mean? Because that's what it looks like. Just saying. And I know I don't have the speedy genius mind of Dr. Karp, and I'm not on coke, so I might not understand. Launched a new program, the Neurodivergent Fellowship. Okay. I can attempt to ski down a mountain and say I'm going to start a new program. Does that make me a goddamn genius? Does that make me not a coke addict? No. If you find yourself relating to him in this video, oh, you mean the one where he's coked up out of his fucking mind and can't even sit in a chair? So you're talking to the cokeheads out there. Okay. Unable to sit still or thinking faster than you can speak. Yeah, that's cocaine, son. We encourage you to apply. No, again, what they really mean, translation, if you're an abject coke addict and you've gotten at least $1 billion in welfare, if you're that level of leech on society, no talent leech, come on in. We welcome you. We encourage you to apply. Look at this fucking tweaking idiot. Look at this position his body's in. And he's got his arms out. And he's like on the chair, but not on the chair. What the fuck is this? We're so fucking doomed. These people have the reins of where we're going. You understand that? We are fucking doomed. And then they try and clean it up using big phrases like neurodivergent. Is that what they call doing a bunch of lines of coke and going on camera and making a fool of yourself now? That's neurodivergence, right? And Leon, the Nazi salute and all the gacked up behavior, that's his autism, right? Get the fuck out of here. You guys are $3 fucking leech drug addicts. Fuck you. We're not as stupid as you all wish we were. And even the rubes know you're all fucking cokeheads. Neurodivergent. Boy, doesn't it just encapsulate the corporate cunt mentality? That we can do no wrong. We are the example to follow. We are geniuses. We wear suits paid for in welfare money. We're special. Nope, not a one of them ever was, son. Most of them born rich or got in the right circles. That's all. Nothing special about a goddamn one of them. If you find yourself relating to him in this video, unable to sit still or thinking faster than you can speak, you might be on cocaine too. Palantir, the welfare queen. Dr. Karp, the welfare cokehead. Amazing. That was yesterday. Let's see how they tried to clean up the spill on aisle 6 today. Oh, Donnie flipped about this Margie interview I talked about last. Donnie flipped his fucking head off. Went ape shit. Look at the thesis he wrote about Margie. I posted it already. I didn't read it yet. I don't want to. I'll read it later. He flipped. Okay, this is a message from Dr. Karp on the Palantir account. And it looks like this. The neurally divergent, like myself, you're getting kind of like Donnie with that like myself is in parentheses, will disproportionately shape America's future. We know. Disproportionately in the direction of you stealing a lot in welfare, being a complete leech, being on a lot of drugs, and subjugating and ruining our whole society. And the man will hold you responsible for that. I promise you. And I'm not a cokehead with his hand out for 150 billion in welfare. I actually got to work for a living. This is great after we watched him do a cocaine dance on a chair, that he's telling us that he's gonna disproportionately shape America. We know. You, the Antichrist, the Reich, and then you're all going in the lake. Sorry, you never get your paradise. Even though it's kind of like paradise now for you guys are coked up by 10 a.m., got your hand out for more welfare by 12 p.m. Must be nice, son. Must be nice to afford things on other people's dime. We see past the performative ideologies. No, you're not. Your entire Nazi movement is a performative ideology. Hitler was doing a straight up act in front of the crowd. So's Donnie. So's so many of you. You're not above nothing. You're not above being a fucking sniveling coke addict. How are you special? I don't understand. Just because you say so? You didn't look so special when you were all coked the fuck up, dancing off that chair because you couldn't even sit down. You looked like a fucking clown on cocaine. Out of control. Which technology and art can expose? You people ain't into art. You ain't those kind of people. You people are into technology, though. That gets you more welfare subjugation, and you get to live like kings and be coked up by 10 a.m. The current LLM tech landscape is biased in our favor. Is this why the cultural elite prefer to drug us? Do you understand how lost these people are? No one drugged him. He took some of my welfare money you gave him and bought coke with it and couldn't even control himself enough, because that's how out of control these cunts are at this point. They got nothing to worry about. They got billions of your money in welfare, straight handouts. They can do coke all day. Drug us. No, you drugged yourself, son. No one put the ecstasy and Special K in Leon's system. No one put the cocaine in your system. What are you talking about people drugging you, son? What are you talking about neurodivergence? None of that makes sense. And you know it. You're a welfare queen on cocaine. And me personally, scumbags, I would much rather the single mother get the tax money so her and her kids can eat, because she's actually worth something to society. You are not. You are a leech of epic proportions. You are a leech sucking the lifeblood out of this world. You, Leon, Thale, all of you. You were never anything more, son. Waste of oxygen, every single one of you. You offer nothing. You only take, and you take in truckloads. And then, when you're so coked up living your half-assed life, you got to spend the next week trying to cover it up. And thinking just because you've gotten truckloads of welfare that you're actually a genius. And you can say these things and people will believe it. No, son. Again, just because you got a truckload of welfare don't mean what you say is true when we all watch video of you coked the fuck up on that welfare money that was given to you. This is the sense of entitlement and God complex and just corporate cunt mentality. They think they can say something like this for 3-4 days after we all watch the tape of them gacked up on coke. Don Jr., who the fuck you think you're fooling, son? Again, Don Jr. is the personification of cocaine, my God. You people aren't fooling anyone. There's video of Don doing bumps on camera. This doesn't make sense either. I guess he's still coked up. The current LLM landscape is biased in our favor. Is this why the cultural elite prefer to drug us? Cultural elite? Again, did they force the cocaine up your nose? Doctor? No, that was you. So I guess you're the cultural elite. Actually, you're just a $3 cokehead. Welfare queen, but whatever. To tether these rare abilities to the albatross of dysfunctional ideologies, like not being a cokehead. The only ideology I see of you folks is how much welfare can I get today and how much drugs can I do? And how can I go out before the world after I do those drugs on camera or I'm on those drugs on camera and explain how my mind is better than other people's and that I'm smarter and neurodivergent and albatross and dysfunctional ideologies. You just said nothing, son. What's said is a few people will think you're actually smart with this bullshit. This is an act right here. A worthless waste of oxygen of a human. Just a cocaine addict. Nothing more. Welfare queen. Is trying to convince us that this is some... How did he word it? To tether these rare abilities to the albatross of dysfunctional ideology. What are your rare abilities? Doing coke? Putting your hand out for more money? Because that's all I see you doing, son. And I'm smarter than you. That's how I know everything written here, meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. And you people are inverting reality. You're Nazis or technocrats that want your own fiefdom and no more borders. You believe in nothing except how much more welfare can I get? How many trips to the bathhouse can I get in? And how much drugs can I do? That's your existence. The man is watching. And it just fascinates me how corporate cunt after corporate cunt, just like this guy, companies that get subsidized millions of dollars, also known as welfare, while the peasant out there gets shit talked by the machine because they take their $1.50 a month and eat for half a month. This mentality that we can just spout pseudo-intellectual garbage after getting caught on camera, coked out of our fucking mind. I've seen it so many times. Trump Taj Mahal, CEO at the time, I'm not going to name him. Everyone knows this. Got caught balling a cocktail server in one of the hotel rooms. His wife worked there too. Had a desk right next to his in the big CEO office. Went right back to work like it didn't happen. The whole casino knew about it. Just continued on with the fancy suit, with his head held high, telling everybody else, look at me, I'm an example. That's what I'm talking about. None of them are an example. They're just a goddamn hypocrite who got lucky in life. That's it. And he's talking about other people drugging us. No, son. You rolled the dollar bill. You snorted the coke. No one drugged you. No one's drugging Leon. No one's drugging Thale. No one's drugging Donnie. No one's drugging Don Jr. You're just drug addicts. Nothing special about you. Palantir will bring your talents to bear on the West's most urgent problems, like how do we subjugate the masses with AI and eliminate liberal democracy from the world, because that's the enemy of fascism. That's all you've been witnessing for 20 years. Russia trying to take out, and others, the liberal democracy of America. Now it's the liberal democracy of the EU. And once they're done with them, there's nothing left. I'm sure Donnie will help Vlad attempt to steamroll Europe. It won't go well. Got an idiot in charge of the military, Secretary of War. He doesn't know how to prosecute war against someone that can fight back. Oh no, son. I feel for you military folk that are about to become traitors and do Pete's work across the world. A lot of you are going to get killed because Pete's a moron. And you're going to come across someone who knows how to prosecute war. And Pete doesn't. And you're going to die. Big time. Al Pacino, Carlito's Way. You think you're big time? You're gonna die big time! With an abject alcoholic moron who leaks strike packages on Signal apps to reporters. That's who you're trusting your sons and daughters with. Good luck with that, son. And Palantir, Dr. Karp, they're commenting on what they wrote yesterday. While cross-country skiing this morning, Karp decided to launch a new program. Wow, that's just... He's God. He was skiing badly, I'm sure. Well, cross-country skiing isn't really skiing. It's kind of just walking. But whatever. It's still exercise. And he came up with an idea. Oh, my God. I took a shit yesterday, and I came up with an idea. Does that make me special now? Unbelievable. And what he wrote himself, my God. Let's read it one more time. Let's read the wisdom of a welfare queen cokehead. Let's hear him brag about how great he is. A message from Cocaine Karp. The neurally divergent, like myself, that doesn't mean anything. That's a completely meaningless pseudo-intellectual bullshit phrase and what's the word I'm looking for? Concept. Straight out his cocaine-filled ass, he pulled that. Doesn't mean anything. No, you're on coke, dude. That's the new word. From now on, when you say someone's on cocaine, say they're neurally divergent. Because that's all I saw, son. Neurally divergent, like myself. That doesn't mean anything. You're just a cokehead on welfare again. Will disproportionately shape America's future. A bunch of cokeheads. Yeah, I know. That means we're doomed. And none of their intentions are good for us. You understand that, right, by now? We see past performative ideologies, that's all MAGA's ever been. Not one of you believe in anything. And the people at the top are just grifters and liars and murderers and thieves. And perceive beauty in the world that still exists, which technology and art can expose. Again, these people ain't into art. They're into drugs and welfare. And technology ruining our lives and getting rid of liberal democracy. The current LLM tech landscape is biased in our favor. Well, you get all the welfare, so. Is this why the cultural elite prefer to drug us? What am I looking for? The audacity of this. Motherfucker, you were coked up on camera. What are you talking about? Drugging you. You drugged yourself. Again, he must still be on coke when he wrote this. Because a cokehead will talk for 3 hours nonstop, won't take a breath, won't say nothing in 3 hours. This. You'll get them patting themselves down with a rag because they're sweating their fucking face off because the coke's going through their system. While they're just spouting nonsense. Like this. Exactly like this. To tether these rare abilities to the albatross of dysfunctional ideologies. Like Nazism, that's kind of dysfunctional. All these words to say nothing. All these words to say, please don't think I was on cocaine when I couldn't sit in that chair that day. Please don't think I used your money to buy it. Please think I'm a genius, because I say I am. He's made up some evil them that drug them. So Greasy Pete's not a drug addict, someone else is doing it to him. Leon's not a drug addict, someone else is doing it. That nefarious they. Dr. Cocaine Carp, the genius, the neurally divergent. He's just not doing coke like a million other guys since the beginning of time. He's special. He's a neurally divergent cokehead. Palantir will bring your talents to bear on the West's most urgent problems. One of our most urgent problems is we're giving the product that America has built over 200 years to drug addicts that will use it to subjugate us and finance the very politicians. I showed you the loop yesterday. The welfare goes out to Leon, Greasy Pete, Altman, etc. Millions of that loop back to the politicians so they stay in office, and then the cycle repeats itself. Greasy Pete funded a lot of Donnie's campaign, Run 1. Leon funded most of Donnie's campaign, Run 2. All welfare money. Not a dollar of it was theirs. The loop. That's Dr. Cocaine Carp, too. He'll probably have his hand out in 6 months once he blows the first round of billions in welfare you've given him. I know Leon will have his hand out. I know Greasy Pete will have his hand out. They never stop, son. So one more time, let's frame this as yet another corporate cunt who would be nothing without billions in welfare from you, trying to convince the world that he's not a drug addict, even though we saw it on tape, and that he's a genius, and that he's being drugged. That's what you're saying here, Mr. Karp, right? You wrote it in plain old English. You're being drugged now. The evil people that took more welfare than you, that are really running the world, they drugged you, right? No, that's you, son. There's no one higher than these grifters that got the billions in welfare. They are running shit right now, and that's obvious. So I want you to think of it through that lens. I'm going to read it one more time, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here, because I shouldn't even be on camera right now. Losing money, son. Think of all the corporate cunts that got caught fucking a secretary, and then when they're in front of you and you sit down for 5 minutes, they got something to say. Or fucking a cocktail server, excuse me. Or maybe you call out one day and they got something to say. Because how dare you have a life, son? You should be like the CEO of Taj Mahal at the time. You basically just walk around in Taj, shake hands, make phone calls, dodge your wife, and fuck cocktail servers. Those are the corporate cunts that have given you the sermons over the years and told you what you're doing is wrong, as they're coked up by fucking 10 a.m. As they're abject failures, save they were born in the right family or got in the right mob circles, made the right promises. This is every corporate cunt since the beginning of time, thinking they're smarter than everyone else, even though they're a goddamn mess on drugs, and they're just not that smart at all. Let's read it one more time. A message from Dr. Cocaine Karp. The neurally divergent like myself will disproportionately shape America's future. We see past performative ideologies and perceive beauty in the world that still exists, which technology and art can expose. A lot of welfare and coke too, huh? The current LLM tech landscape is biased in our favor. Is this why the cultural elite prefer to drug us? Again, did they force you to snort the coke? Or was it you, son? I think it was you. So what's this talk of you being drugged and your people being drugged? Amazing. Just inverting reality. I didn't take drugs. They drugged me. He wrote it. To tether these rare abilities to the albatross of dysfunctional ideologies? Oh, that's a question. Palantir will bring your talents to bear on the West's most urgent problems. Again, like how do we subjugate the masses that we're subjugating right now and they're paying for it? Are you a traitor to humanity who wants to work for the devil and do a lot of coke and tell everyone you're being drugged and what a genius you are? Come work for Palantir. We promise we'll avoid that whole Armageddon thing as we walk hand in hand with the Antichrist. Don't worry. And we'll rule the earth forever and do so much cocaine, and everyone else will pay our bills. Amazing. I can't believe this is a thing. This was actually written by someone. Dude, look. You were on cocaine. Be a man and just admit it for once in your life. And please don't come off as a pseudo-intellectual or try to come off as a pseudo-intellectual genius of some sort that was drugged by the nefarious elite. You are the nefarious elite, dickhead. And you decided to buy some cocaine and do it before your interview. And the whole world knows it. Be a man and just admit it. This is so ridiculous. But it's a perfect illustration of the corporate cunt mentality that has existed since that whole thing began. Even after you catch us all gacked up on coke, live on camera. We just say that we're a genius and someone drugged us and we're going to solve the world's problems and we're neurally divergent. I should have made the title of the video Neurally Divergent. What was I thinking? And how do they put it? Neurodivergent is what Palantir wrote yesterday. Now he's writing, I'm neurally divergent. I'm Superman. You believe me, right? Even though I was all gacked up on coke the other day and I'm putting my hand out for more fucking welfare from the taxpayer. You believe I'm a genius, right? I couldn't have just done coke like a million other men since the beginning of time, right? It's got to be some neurally divergent genius or something. It has to be. Because we've all allowed this corporate cunt takeover. Well, we all didn't really allow it. Some people preach it, do the work for them. The rest of us don't. We speak out against it. That's why the country's over, though. We've allowed the corporate cunt, give me more for nothing mentality, while I boast I'm a genius. And other nefarious people are drugging me. It wasn't just me on coke with your welfare money. It's the perfect illustration of all that. The neurally divergent, like myself, will disproportionately shape America's future. That's our doom, son. That's nothing to applaud or cheer. That's frightening after the coke show that I saw the other day. I don't want him shaping jack shit, except some clay in a padded room. And let me read the other part. The current LLM tech landscape is biased in our favor. Is this why the cultural elite prefer to drug us? No one needs to drug you, son. You're a cokehead. To tether these rare abilities to the albatross of dysfunctional ideologies. Again, everything I've read, meaningless, doesn't mean anything. It's a sad, desperate cokehead trying to seem special. Doing the corporate, holding his head up high after he gets caught fucking the cocktail server behind his wife's back at work. The cocaine version. Have a wonderful day. Hit the PayPal if you'd like to help.